Dear students, welcome to online Sunday School class 12. In the previous class, we have learned chapter 9, topic learning and teaching in Sunday School, with specific mention of the psychology of learning, goals of teaching in Sunday School, etc. In this context, today we will be learning chapter 10, teaching methods. The structure of the lesson is introduction. You may go for the methods of teaching, what does it mean by, and the various methods of teaching and their characteristics, methods of teaching in Sunday school, and with a conclusion, we will end the class. Students, teaching is a systematic set of activities undertaken by teachers in order to achieve specifically the pre-decided learning objectives. Therefore, how to teach is as important for a teacher as what to teach. Different teachers might present the same concept differently. Let us take an example of the parable of Good Samaritan. Some teachers must present it like a story, others might present it as a description, and yet others might adopt question answer method or discussion method. An ideal teacher would select the most appropriate method among them, taking into consideration the nature of learning material and also the interest and abilities and environment of the learners. The method selected by the teacher is known as method of instruction or method of teaching. In this chapter, we learn what are teaching methods, what are the various methods of teaching, and what are their features. What is meant by methods of teaching? The goal of teaching is to bring about the desirable changes in abilities of students. The teachers create desirable learning experiences for this purpose. Various ways of providing learning experiences in this manner are known as methods of teaching. Effective learning takes place only when the lesson is prepared using the most appropriate teaching method. An ideal teacher should take into consideration the factors like previous knowledge of students, nature of the lesson, learning objectives, learning aids, time available, abilities and interest of student, etc., while selecting his teaching methods. Teaching only one method throughout a lesson is not desirable. Various methods of teaching should be integrated so that the teacher's presentation become attractive. This approach is known as multi-methodology approach. So now let us go into the methods of teaching. There are several methods of learning. This is because no single method of teaching is complete or perfect. Hence, different methods are to be used according to the nature of learning. Teaching methods can generally be divided into two types. One, teacher-centered methods, and two, learner-centered methods. Now let us go into detail of these two major concepts. One, teacher-centered methods. These are traditional methods of teaching. Here, the focus is given to teacher and his abilities. Students become merely listeners here. The important methods of teaching included in this group are lecture method, storytelling method, demonstration method, narration method, and textbook method. Our Sunday school teachers generally resort to these methods. These methods can be made attractive by adding a proper introduction or a conclusion, or by asking questions in between, or by adding jokes, etc., judiciously. However, these methods provide very little scope for encouraging independent thinking and active participation, improving inquiry skill among the learners. They don't help in making learning natural and effective. These are certain drawbacks of these teaching methods. Now, let us come to the learner centered methods. Here, the students themselves take up the learning process and the teacher's guidance and learn themselves through various activities. Here, the teacher does not teach directly. Instead, he prepares the students for the learning by providing adequate facilities, giving encouragements and suggestions for the learning smoothly. Various methods belonging to this group are discussion method, cooperative learning, inquiry method, project method, problem solving method, observation method, and dramatization method. Let us look at the teaching methods in detail. Methods of Sunday school teaching. Here, the various traditional and modern methods of Sunday school teaching are described briefly. First of all, the lecture method. This method is most popular one among our teachers. Here, the teacher presents the lesson in the form of a speech or a lecture. This method can be used for explaining concepts, linking ideas, giving instructions and suggestions outside the text too. This method should normally be for higher classes and should not be used for lower classes. Now, the second one is storytelling method. This method can be effectively used in the lower classes. The lesson should be prepared like a story and should be presented attractively. The teacher may pose questions in between to sustain the attention of the students. Pictures can also be shown. The third is discussion method. This method can be adopted from class 5 onwards. What is being done is the lesson should be divided into different topics. Hints for discussion of each topic should be written down and given to the students divided in group who may find out various ideas, record them, and the group leader may present them in the class. This can be followed by a general discussion on the topic involving the entire class. The fourth one is cooperative learning. This method promotes self-learning among students. Learning pairs and learning groups are formed for this purpose. They are assigned the learning task by providing them with topic for learning and hints. The time of class as well as outside the class time can be utilized. The students may refer reading books, collecting information, knowledge, and record their findings and then present it in the class. Then project methods. Project is a learning activity undertaken in natural manner voluntarily. This kind of learning generally takes place outside the class. Data or information collected, analyzed, and the findings should be prepared in the model of a project and submitted to the teacher. Now, observation method. This is the method of directly observing the learning sources, collecting information and recording them. The students will observe these learning sources, write down the details, and these details are later discussed in the class and inferences are drawn. The dramatization method. This is the method of role playing, the contents of a lesson in the form of a stage presentation like skit, mime, short play, mono act, etc. After the performance, discussions are held to share the various concepts. Thinking skills development method. This method prompts the students to think on their own and formulate various concepts while studying the lessons. For example, think that you are teaching the lesson prayer for the departed. After teaching the concepts, give the students a situation to apply their acquired concepts and biblical passages. This requires in depth thinking. Similarly, you can also ask the students to write stories, plays, poems, etc., based on the concepts learned. So, many of these methods listed above can be undertaken by teachers in their Sunday school classes. Now, conclusion. It is the responsibility of an ideal teacher to design the nature and methods of his teaching, considering the conditions, viability, abilities, and the topic of study. In this lesson, we have learned the characteristics and use of various methods of Sunday school teaching. Teaching is an art as well as a skill. When the lessons are presented with good commitment, preparation, and prayer, the classes will become most attractive. The teachers should select appropriate methods and should prepare a blueprint suitable to each class as part of their Sunday school teaching. Goodbye. May God bless you all.
Subscribe now and press the bell icon. Never miss an update.